Hello and welcome back. This is another video just to talk about more or less how we are in society and how we meet other people on a day-to-day basis. I am absolutely exhausted today, and I think it's important to start with that honesty. I'm exhausted now. I'm really tired. I'm starting to get a headache. I was working today, I had clients, so obviously that must mean I did some work, but I'm just really tired, really exhausted, and yeah, I kind of need to rest. Don't think I had a great sleep last night. And I'm just curious, what's that like to hear? What's that like? If you're the other side and you're listening to this and you're kind of going, why is he telling me this? Is it uncomfortable to hear someone being that honest? And, because we don't generally be honest, do we? We meet people at a very superficial level and we'd say to them, how are you today? And again, automatically we do that. I'm grand, yeah, how are you? This week I must have had about 5 or 6 different conversations, social conversations with people. And every single one of them started with, they'd say to me, how are you? Or I'd say to them, how are you today? And they go, grand, how are you? Everyone, I'm kind of going, No, that kind of triggers something in me. I'm kind of going, whoa, what is happening here? So if you're thinking of it, like you're dropping your kids off to school in the morning, and you're meeting people in a kind of quasi social situation, but you're not really meeting them. They're meeting that version of you, that cardboard cutout. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're exhausted, maybe you're a mum who's you have a young child at home, you tried to get the breakfasts done really quick, this kind of stuff, and trying to get the kids dressed and brushing hair and all this kind of stuff, and it just got so overwhelming, and you're angry, you're really angry. But when you go out into the world, and you're not going to show the world you're angry, you're going to show the world that you're really on top of things, and you're really composed, and I'm so well on top of this. It's like, why are we in trouble? As a society, why are we in trouble? Why are we always angry? Why are we always round with people, falling out with people? Because we're not present. None of us are ever really there. We're not coming out ourselves and saying, good morning, Mary, how are you today? Oh, jeez, it's such a hard morning this morning. Why is that? Because the one that asks doesn't really want to know, because she's not there. She hasn't come and, she hasn't arrived to school. She probably had an equally bad day. Or potentially she'll turn around and say, here, I'll tell you a better one, and she's not hearing you. So it's not safe. Why don't we have a society now that it's safe to say how we feel? And that's why I love these rumours. I love rumours. I think rumours are so cool. But I love the fact that people generating rumours are actually just bonding. They're just clicking together in a little gang and they're having a little laugh and chuckle. Now, you might think it's at the other person's expense, but generally it's not, because you don't know the other person. You know the version of that other person but that's not them. That is not who they are. You might be using their name, where they're from, etc., but that's not who they are. I was always fascinated hearing rumours about me. I used to love them. I was waiting for more. Tell me another thing. Who else was I with? I'd love it. It's just fantastic because it's just nonsense. But it's a lovely bonding exercise, and it's really cathartic, and it's a lovely release for you. I once worked in an ambulance station back in the day when you could have downtime, when there was a thing called downtime. And that would mean you could have an hour to 2 hours with just nothing, just doing nothing, which is such, it's a lovely memory, because that does not exist anymore. If you have a half a second now, that's about it. But the point being, I was in a station, there was about 5 lads around the table, and we were all chatting and having a laugh, and one got up and went to the toilet, and when that lad went to the toilet, everyone at the table, me included, everyone at the table was chatting about the lad, and there was a new fella, there was an intern just starting, he was only in, and he was watching all this going on and going, whoa, and the fella came back from the toilet, and they all, what's the crack, and talking away, and another buck came up and went to the toilet. And so on and so on. And as the time went on, everyone had taken a turn getting up to go to the toilet. And we were kind of watching this new fella, and he was kind of squirming in his seat, like he was, whoa. And I kind of went, what's wrong with you? And he goes, just I need to go to the toilet. I said, come on. He says, I'm terrified of what he's going to say about me. And he just blew the whole thing up. But I just thought that was brilliant, because in his little moment of genius, everyone knew everyone was talking about them, you know. And like the thing is, you're not really talking about the person. You're just talking about that version of the person, or how that person was that day. So I'm saying to you is, we don't meet each other at all on a day. We're bumping into these cardboard cutouts of ourselves, and we're not taking time to notice me in this conversation. It's important that you hear me today. I'll hear you as well, but it's important to hear you. Like, so when someone says to you, how are you today? And you'd say to them, Jesus, I had a terrible morning with herself. And say, wait till I tell you. That's, I appreciate that, but look, can I just tell you about my thing first? What's wrong with saying that, like? What's wrong with saying, yeah, I listened to you, but you asked me, so I'm going to talk. And it's not a rude thing, but we're taught it's rude to interrupt. It's not. It's not. They've asked you, how are you today? Try telling them. Try telling them, I feel terrible. I feel sick. I didn't really want to come in today. I didn't want to do this. But sure, we have to do this. And we're all burdened with this idea that if I have this whinge idea, oh, you're a whinger or you're a moaner or this, not at all. We need to be there. We need to bring ourselves into conversations now. And in general, what we do is when we meet people, we just say to them, whatever way it comes out, but tell me about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And what we turn around and say, because we can hide, and we can hide very well behind this, we'll say, I am a nurse, I am a paramedic, I am a teacher, I am a... that's who I identify as. I am a whatever your career is. But that's not who you are. And I always made a point when I was working in the ambulance service, if someone says to me, what do you work at? And they say, well, what do you do for a living? Or something like that, I'd say. And I'd say, I work in the ambulance service. Or if they say, what you do, I work as a paramedic or I work as an advanced paramedic. I'd never say, I am a. Because then where are you? If you are a, where is the you behind this? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you retire, if that job is taken away from you, if you're sacked, or if funding is cut and whatever, it could happen tomorrow. But we don't know. And if I'm only identified with what I do, who am I when this all is taken away from me? So bring yourself more into the conversation. You're actually lovely. You're a lovely person. I have never experienced a person when I get to know them as anything other than nice. And that's when I get to know them. There's certain people out there in the world I do not want to get to know. But the point is, put yourself out there and let people introduce themselves to you. So what I'm talking about here are the narcissistic people, narcissistic personality. Some people can have narcissistic personality traits. That's not the same thing. But the people with narcissistic personality disorder is the people I don't want to get to know. And I will do a little video on that in the coming days, primarily around narcissistic management, because I think that'd be quite interesting. But the point is, just let us know who you are. Bring yourself more into the world, because you matter too. And don't bring yourself in to think, all these, as we said, we've talked about them already, the interjected values, the ideas that somehow my stuff is less important than their stuff. No, bring your stuff. We want to hear from you. I specifically, if I've asked someone, how are you today? And they continue to say, my granddad, I'm not going to ask them again. I'm just, But if they're saying to me, yeah, I feel, you can feel great. That could be true. I feel great. Jeez, I'm fantastic. I'm only back from holidays. I'm well rested. I really needed it. Or it could be just the opposite. I just feel really terrible. Because this is going back to one of the first videos. Talk about it. We need to be talking. And if we're going to be talking about it, it's going to have to be us talking about it. Not the cardboard cutout version of us that we show the world. If we're in pain, let someone see that pain. Because if we can't see that pain, we can't help you with it. So life's horrible, my day's horrible, my family's horrible, my work is horrible. Take the opportunity when someone says, how are you? Or tell me about yourself, to tell them about you. You are unique. You are amazing. There's never been anyone like you in this world ever. And there will never be anyone like you ever again. You are so unique. No two people are the same. So look at that incredibleness and let us see it. Bring that forward. Anyway, with that, on that note, I will end today, and thank you very much for watching.